We have Sujata Paul, leader of the Congress Party, and R.P. Singh, Sardar R.P. Singh, spokesperson of the BJP. Namaste. What is all this, Sujata Paul? Why create so much of hangama over what is a year-on-year procedure? People are asking, कोई issue नहीं है क्या? हर चीज पर क्यों इतना हंगामा कर रहे हैं लोग?
हर चीज पर कोई issue नहीं है. The world is moving from a world which used to be tied down, and you did not have freedom of expression. Now in India, where we profess to have freedom of speech, where we want to move from freedom of speech to complete freedom of speech, we have a government which comes down heavily on us. And the very words that they used in their last session, like corrupt, are supposed to be unparliamentary now. Now, when you talk about Jumla GB, we also have another word, Par GB. So the Prime Minister can use any word that he likes, and everybody from the BJP will follow those. But when there are words like dishonest, and we must consider the context, of course, because the list of words which you were giving, Anandji, were, as per context. So they must have been expunged because the context in which it was spoken was people did not accept it, and they were opposed. But when you are talking about these words today, I want to understand how is India moving towards freedom of speech. When you say Tanashah, that is a word which is being used all the time by all the opposition leaders, netas, karyakartas, and the public in general for Mr. Modi ji's sarkar. But if you want us to stop using these words, how are you going to even talk about issues if you cannot use words like a corrupt government?
So are you trying to say that when the opposition is in power, they can stop those in opposition from using whatever words they want? When those in power are now in opposition, then those in power should not stop the opposition from using whatever words they want. So heads I win, tails you lose. Chit mein jeeta, pat tumhare. So in 2011, 2012, dishonest, loot should be expunged. It's right. It's the right thing to do. But in 2022, words like dishonest, loot and all should not be expunged because that's not the right thing to do.
I use the word dishonest for this very reason, Mr. Narasimhan, that no words should be expunged unless the context in which
correct, but that's exactly, isn't that exactly what the speaker also said? That it is the speaker's discretion, and the speaker will decide based on the context and the debate. But the point is that these words have not been included. These words were all expunged in the last sessions, ma'am. And there are words which were expunged in state legislatures. How do you know that some of these words were not used against the ruling disposition, that is the Congress, and it is the Congress in that state had these words expunged? Well, okay, let me just bring in Sardar R.P. Singh. Ji, boliye. Okay, you please complete it, then I'll bring in Sardar R.P. Singh. Please complete.
Yes, what I'm saying is, even if it was used at that time and it was opposed, if the context was not right, do we follow an example which is wrong? No two wrongs can make a right. It's as simple as that. And today we live in a world where we must allow people to speak, and especially considering the kind of
was the world any different in 2011? Was the world any different in 1990s, or was the world any different in 1950, where freedom of speech was not a fundamental right with reasonable restrictions? Whichever world you are, abhivyakti ki azadi is something which is a standard norm. You can't say that when you are in power you will decide whether you have abhivyakti ki azadi, but when you are in opposition you will decide that it must be abhivyakti. This heads I win, tails you lose. There has to, and that too with those people who have been in parliament and in power for more. They are coming out and making these accusations. Sardar R.P. Okay, let's bring in Sardar R.P. आरोप आप पे ये है कि you are trying to muzzle the opposition. You are trying to ensure and tell the opposition ये words use किए तो expunge हो जाएंगे. अगर ये words use किए तो expunge हो जाएंगे. That's what they are saying. तो फिर हम क्या words use करें? They are asking. Sardar R.P. Singh.
Anand, I have 3 booklets with me of the unparliamentary expressions. The phrase uses unparliamentary expressions. This is 2010, this is 2011, and this is 2021. 3. Okay. And word in 2010 uses, which has been expunged, is dalal, dalali, loot. 2010. which was released under UPA regime. 2011 loot has been expunged again. This is merely expunging the word. It's not banning. You can again go and speak the same word. Who is stopping you from that? And also, ma'am, understand the parliamentary procedure. The parliamentary procedure is before finalizing the speech of the person who has spoken the word, the speech is sent to the concerned member parliament. And if he doesn't find it appropriate, he can again rewrite whatever he has to rewrite. The text is sent to the concerned person, and after that the words are expunged. And this is nothing new. But yes, as you said, Twitter khelna hai, Rahul Baba ko kuch to karna hai. He has to do something. He doesn't have any other game to play. No, he can't. Ma'am, I didn't interrupt. Please hold on. Sujata, hold on. Sujata, he doesn't have right to tear the ordinance passed by the parliament now. He can't tear the ordinance passed by the parliament. So he can only do Twitter. Please keep playing Twitter every day. The fact is, you are barking on a wrong tree.
अरे उनको छीन रही है कहीं आरपी सिंह जी कहीं अनपार्लियामेंट्री वर्ड प्रवक्ताओं के लिए तो नहीं थे जो आपने पार्लियामेंटेरियंस के लिए इस्तेमाल कर दिए ये भी सोचने का विषय है
अरे वो आपके लिए है मैम वो आपके लिए राहुल बाबा के लिए जो गले मिलकर आंख मारते हैं वो राहुल बाबा के लिए जो गले मिलकर जाकर आंख मारते हैं वो अनपार्लियामेंट्री एक्सप्रेशन है अनपार्लियामेंट्री एक्सप्रेशन विच ही डिड which is not as per the parliamentary norm. कैसे बोल सकते हैं वो जो राहुल बाबा ने किया था? तो let's understand the problem with you guys is कि पंजाबी में कहावत है आनंद सुनिएगा पंजाबी में कहावत है उसको कहते हैं आटा गुंदी हिल्दी क्यों है? That's the problem with these guys. They have to pinpoint every issue. They have to pin pricks in each and every issue, whether it is right or wrong, and look like fools, look like clowns. I can't help it. Sujata, I can't help it with your crown prince. Who can help your crown prince if your crown prince is bent upon making mock of himself? He's bent upon of people mocking on him on subjects which are not relevant.
Okay,
relevant subjects.
One minute.
Busy on a foreign trip.
I request both RP Singh and Sujata Paul, please don't speak over each other because Sujata Paul, your audio is getting distorted. So if you speak over each other, one audio will get distorted, and then I will be blamed कि कांग्रेस स्पीकर या कांग्रेस लीनिंग वॉइस का ऑपोजिशन की वॉइस को आपने डिस्टॉर्ट किया. मेरी गलती नहीं है. मैं प्लीज आपसे अनुरोध कर रहा हूँ. मुझे फिर ट्रोल किया जाएगा, मुझे कहा जाएगा ये आनंद नरसिम्हन ने जानबूझ के अपने शो में सुजाता पॉल के वॉइस को ये कर दिया, डिस्टॉर्ट कर दिया. मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ. इट्स अ टेक्निकल इशू मैम, प्लीज डोंट स्पीक ओवर ईच अदर. So, RP Singh, please complete in the next 10 seconds, and then Sujata Paul, please respond.
Allow me. No. Can I get 30 seconds because she disturbed?
Ji, please go ahead. Take 30 seconds, but then please yield. Let Sujata Paul respond after that. Yeah.
Sir, no. Yes. No. She should respond. She has all the right to respond. I'm not here for lynch. I'm not part of the lynching brigade. So, issue is, there are words which parliamentarians speak in the parliament, and those are expunged in a very routine fashion. It's a very routine procedure. It's nothing new. As I showed you that I have copies of 2010 and 11 with me. There's a 2021 also with me, which is another the fresh booklet on what are expressions which are expunged. And it's not only parliament; it's from various states also, various other states also, which are Congress ruled states also. So, if words have been expunged in Congress rule state, they have just been mentioned. They can reiterate the word, and every word has a context. It's not that you are speaking a word, that's why it's been expunged. It's expunged because of some context or some conjecture. Next time you can use the same word, but it might not be expunged.
Right. So the fact is, it might have been expunged in the context in which it was used.
Another 5 seconds. 5 seconds. The problem is Rahul Gandhi doesn't know English, basic English. He is probably, his mother tongue is Italian, so he doesn't know basic English.
No. I'll tell you what. Please